Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on euro currency. So you can see that since our last discussion, the shape of the price on euro currency slightly has changed. So yesterday it was somewhere in the middle of this range, this recent 2-3 sessions. But actually I do not see anything criminal. So market mostly stands inside of the range of this candle, showing the consolidation. The shape of the triangle and the consolidation itself that we have discussed slightly changed, but it has absolutely the same features as we discussed yesterday. Besides, no white levels has been broke. So from that standpoint of view, I do not see any reasons for changing our trading plan. So we're still watching for a possible upward continuation here. If you take a look at the cross-market analysis, you could see the same story on other markets. So for instance, 10-year bonds, in recent 3 sessions, yield is decreasing, which is negative, or let's call it maybe not negative, but not supportive for the dollar. On the dollar itself, you could see the same performance. It stands even closer to possible lows on the possible attempt of the breakout. So here's really tight consolidation near the lows, and I already talked about this yesterday. When market hits so strong and important levels, 100 level for a dollar index, there should be some volatility normally. But here we do not see it. Market just dropped, collapsed here, maybe grabbed some stops below this area, and the sin stands flat. It means that there's not much buyers around who would like to support the dollar, even around the strong level. The same conclusion you could make on the euro currency, but here, as you can see, euro stands slightly lower than the dollar index compared to the extreme point. So on the Great British Pound on the weekly chart, also interesting pattern that we already mentioned previously and I talked about. Let's take a look. It's the hand shoulders on the weekly chart stands in the progress of the failure. So here was an attempt to start this pattern properly. You can see when once market has reached this, we were even talking some hand shoulders, if you remember, on lower time frames last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry. And this market has shown this spike. So indeed some minor pattern was forming, but it has been completed with the minimum target. Let's take a look on a daily chart. So here was a reversal, if you remember the sharp sell-off that we discussed. And currently market is moving high above this area. So this I treat as a kind of the failure of the hand shoulders, because that was the point where it has tried to work properly. Once this attempt has not been finalized, the market reversed it in opposite direction, taken out of the top. It means that cable is coming to taking out this top in turn, and actually these hand shoulders will on the way to the failure. That indirectly also supports the euro currency, because both are trading against the dollar. On the 4-time frame chart, here's we have the triangle. So yesterday triangle was a different shape. It's like a pennant. Today, with this volatility that we have, it has become slightly larger. Sorry, guys, there's problems with the charts. So it has become slightly larger, so we could consider it in this way. But the feature quality of this triangle stands the same. This is consolidation. This is not bearish pattern, and it still keeps the signs of the bullish dynamic pressure, because MACD shows downward direction while market is not. Reversal candle lows has not been taken, so major level is 112.60 also has not been broken. So price in general remains in the same range, although we've got some downside action here recently. So on the 30-minute chart, we could consider a few patterns. First of all, this recent downside action, although has some upward attempt has been made here, but later the butterfly has appeared, and then fast recovery. And that makes me think that we could get something like reverse head and shoulders here. So take a look. We have actually 2 potential patterns. The first one is already stands in progress, so that might be left shoulder, head, 127 head, and here potentially we could get retracement if we will get it, as might be the right arm that potentially we could use for entry. But recently here you can see the market has formed bullish reversal candle, so on this 30-minute chart. It means that it could try to keep going higher and reach first an area around 114.20. And in this case, we could get this similar pattern but of a larger scale. So that could become shoulder and head and maybe another shoulder. So other words speaking, here is definitely we see not the bearish performance, at least for now. I don't know what will happen later, but currently market holds really well, keeps major vital levels intact, forming even some kind of the thrusting action here. So currently inside of the triangle, I do not want to consider taking any short position. For taking the longs, so that's just a couple of patterns that you could try to follow if you like it. Maybe later you will recognize something else, maybe later market will form some another pattern. So we will see. For example, I also do not exclude the situation where, for instance, the right arm here on these hand shoulders might become also the wing of the butterfly. So it might be the whole action here, it might be treated as a wing of the butterfly. I even could show you. So that might be the left wing, right? So butterfly. And then when market starts to form the right shoulder, also might become the wing of the butterfly. In this case, we could get a few upside targets. First is inner target of the hand shoulders itself, some ABCD, but also it might be some upside extension of this butterfly. So nearest target will be around 114.67. So as you can see, this is different. There are different ways how you could interpret this picture, following different patterns. Patterns also of different scale, something larger, something smaller. So, but in general, the conclusion is as follows: that currently I wouldn't treat the performance on the euro currency as a bearish. So it more reminds me that's more bullish performance behavior. It seems that euro currency has now some better chances to show upward action rather than reverse to the downside. Besides, you can see what's going on the gold. So performance on the gold yesterday was just outstanding. So that until was what we have. That's enough for me for now. Let's keep watching and see what patterns particularly will be forming.